What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. I know y'all could probably already tell it is going down just by that title alone. Definitely gonna want to see this one as we're witnessing ABC The View host back at it again, guys. It seems like if they're not fighting with the guests they invite onto the show, they're at odds with one another, fighting between them, the other host on the panel, guys. It is no different in today's update. We've got Behar, Sunny Hostin going at it, and I'm just going to say things went left very quickly, guys. I'm excited to get into it, so we're not straight into it. Just make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we even get into it, y'all, hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button for your boy. Without further ado, let's jump straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
So I was doing a happy dance last night, watching Barack Obama campaign for Kamala Harris. He used that trademark, swagger, to remind voters why he served 2 terms.
Swindling. He's not doing a trademark swagger, guys. He's starting off very rocky. We all know they're pulling out all the stops. The Dems are panicking, guys, backs against the ropes, and that's why they're throwing Obama out there. That's supposed to be their ace of spade, is what they're looking for. It's not going to work.
As president, and why Trump needs to serve time in prison. Take a look.
If Donald Trump does not care that a mob might attack his own vice president,
give it up.
do you think he cares about you? The reason some people think, well, I don't know, I remember that economy when he first came in being pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good, because it was my economy. She wants to make it easier to afford stuff like a crib or a car seat or diapers. You think Donald Trump ever changed the diaper?
Oh, brother. With all the kids Donald Trump has, you're telling me this? You don't think this guy's ever changed the diaper? I mean, they're kidding themselves at this point. That Trump derangement syndrome, that false reality that they all live in, is truly shown right here through these clips. We got Barack Obama taking credit for Donald Trump's economy. That's crazy. And he's saying Kamala Harris wants to make, cribs, diapers, all these things accessible and, affordable for Americans. But yet we're seeing she was in office for the last 3.5 years and she hasn't done it yet. So why would she do it when she gets in office? It just does not make sense. This world, this false reality they live in.
I almost said that, but I decided I shouldn't say it.
Oh, a little shade there, I think, right? I wonder if Trump will hit back, assuming he can tell which one is Obama and which is Biden. It's never, a given. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, how much impact will Obama have on the Harris-Walz campaign?
Well, I think she's out there because she needs to shore up men. Listen, she's behind Biden's numbers for where she is with men across the board, but specifically black men, I think, is who Obama was talking to. And there's some video of specifically what his message was to them. But I ultimately think one of the things this election will come down to is which candidate is seen as the agent of change. And I think when Kamala Harris came out and at the Democratic convention, it was "we're not going back." And people really perceived her as the agent of change. Why I think Sunny's question and her answer this week got so much attention when she was asked what would be different from Biden, she said, nothing comes to mind. So now Trump world's running with that to say, see, she's a continuation of anything you might have not liked or been dissatisfied with in the last 4 years. So this final stretch, it's about activating your base, the core Democratic base, getting more men to turn out for her and to convince people she is something different than what we've had for the last 8 years, never mind just the last 4.
I'm surprised that question got so much pickup, because the bottom line is the Biden administration has had one of the best records of any other presidency in decades. And so
if this is what the best records feel like, I would hate to see what the worst records feel like, because we're living through some very tough times, barely keeping our heads above water. This is crazy, guys. The stats they report just blows my mind every single time.
Best records of any other presidency in decades. And so why change something that ain't broke? You know, why fix something that's not broken? I think she certainly could have said, I'm going to expand upon it and bring in my own lived experience, which she did. She ultimately did finally say, I'm going to have a Republican in my candidate. That certainly is very different.
She had a plan for Medicare
and
also.
she has a plan for Medicare
that would help all these people who suffer.
that somehow has gotten lost. But to your
Listen to them guys trying to piece and put tidbits in there. They're speaking for Kamala at this point, saying, hey, yeah, she did have a plan. She did try to, distance herself from Joe. No, guys, she is exactly what Alyssa Fair Griffin pointed out, guys. She is a continuation of the Biden administration. And it shows. It shows she has nothing to say that she separates herself from Joe Biden.
And for Medicare
and she has a plan for Medicare
that would help all these people who suffer.
That somehow has gotten lost. But to your point about the vice president having to shore up men, Obama did sort of go to a campaign office and speak to black men in particular, and I think we have a clip of that.
Yes.
You have someone who has consistently shown disregard, not just for the communities, but for you as a person. And you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. Part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. They've been raising us and working and having our backs, and so now you're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody?
This clip right here got so much widespread media coverage, and you can see as a black man, this clip right here, if I was sitting in that room, I would have spoke out against this guy, Barack Obama. He's, sitting here coming down, condemning these black men, saying, hey, why would you even be considering looking outside of voting or giving your vote to Kamala Harris? She literally looks exactly like what your mothers, your grandmothers, your aunties that raised you look like. Not voting based off of if you look like my family members. I'm voting based off of what your policies, your politics are. What do you stand for? What's your agenda? What are you going to do for the American citizens? Right now, we've got none of that. So while we give this lady our vote, it's just a slap in the face coming from Barack Obama. This right here irks me so bad.
Even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you?
So let me just say this. I think that she certainly does have a problem with men because misogyny is a real thing in this country.
And not just black men.
I don't think
White
black
men
men are
and
the problem.
black men. Yeah.
Black men are not the problem.
That right there we're witnessing is the copium, guys. That's Sunny Hostin trying to cope with the fact that her candidate cannot pull any male voter support. They're saying that, if you're a male and you can't support a female presidential candidate, you must be sexist. That's just not right, guys. It doesn't make sense to me at all. They're trying to cope.
Misogyny is a real thing in this country.
And not just black men.
I don't think
White
black men are the
and
problem.
black men. Yeah.
Black men are not the problem. Black men are used to matriarchy, okay? Black men are used to black women being the heads of the family, black grandmothers raising them. They are used to that. Kamala Harris, and I'll let you speak to this, Anna, Kamala Harris also spoke to a group of Latinos. And if you really look at the stats, the problems are white men.
Did y'all hear that, guys? Why did she say Latino? I'm sorry I paused it so much, but I'm just saying, why did she do the Kamala Harris fake accent thing? I don't know if you guys caught it, but it was like nails on a chalkboard in my ear. Why did she just do that? This shows Sunny Hostin is one and the same with Kamala Harris. I promise you that.
They are used to that.
Listen.
Kamala Harris, and I'll let you speak to this, Anna, Kamala Harris also spoke to a group of Latinos. And if you really look at the stats, the problems are white men and Latino men. And when they spoke to Hispanic men in particular, they're more likely than Hispanic women to say Trump is the candidate who represents their views on key issues. Hispanic men, while not overwhelmingly in favor of Trump, though, are more open to his candidacy than Hispanic women and less open to Harris. So I think it's great that Obama's out there speaking to black men, but they're not the problem. Let's speak to white men and let's speak to Hispanic men.
I think Kamala Harris has lost all, man, at this point. Sunny Hostin is in a delusional state again where she's saying, I don't think we need to speak to the black. I'm going to say it right now. You probably need to speak to all the men demographic because we're just not sold on this whole Doug Emhoff and Tim Walz.
Men, but they're not the problem. Let's speak to white men and let's speak to Hispanic men.
Yesterday when I was watching Obama, I felt like, ooh, they released the Kraken. And he was just so incredibly effective. He's so funny. His comedic timing is so impressive. And the way he can explain things so bluntly, but funny at the same time. And it's just so
one of a kind.
effective. So look, Right now, we're what, 25 days away from the election, and it's all hands on deck.
Yes.
So you've got Obama out there speaking to black men, and he's going to be doing a swing state blitz. You've got Bill Clinton. He's being deployed to smaller events in the South. You've got, yesterday, Kamala Harris did an event. She did a town hall on Univision with Latinos. And I watched it. Look at that poignant, she's there speaking to a woman who had lost her mother. And I watched it and I thought to myself, I want to see more town halls from Kamala Harris because it's a very different venue than those big rallies. There's a lot of personal interaction. It's very substantive. There's a lot of variety in the questions. And I thought to myself also, you know, okay, so we shouldn't only be sending Obama to speak to black men, Latinos to speak to Latinos, Bill Clinton to speak to Southerners. Kamala Harris needs to speak to these people. Today, it was announced that this afternoon, she's doing a town hall with Charlemagne the God. It's going to be a virtual town hall targeting black men, and I love that. Have them ask the questions, tell their concerns, and have her answer it directly.
Where 7 in 10 black people are going to vote for Kamala Harris.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Sunny Hostin there, proving at the end she lives in a completely different reality where she's saying, you know, the majority of black voters are already going to vote Kamala Harris. She doesn't need to worry about the black vote. She can set them on the back burner. She knows she's got them in her pocket, guys. That is not what I'm here. They can keep believing that false narrative all the way up to November 5th if they want to, but I'm just going to warn them that is not the case. Not what I'm seeing when I'm, you know, around the community. I'm just seeing, you know, trucks, flags, I'm seeing stickers, I'm seeing shirts. People they're not afraid to wear their gear anymore. We're seeing that Trump support, it's out there, it's in your face. And I'm seeing a lot of folks in my community, black demographic, that are definitely supporting Donald Trump. I'm seeing hats, like I said, bumper stickers, everything, flags. People are proud to show they want Donald Trump to come in, make America great again. I mean, think about it, folks. When Donald Trump was in office, we had way more money in the bank account and the bills were less expensive. But right now we're seeing the complete opposite. We got Kamala Harris preaching a new way forward while also saying that, you know, she wouldn't change a single thing. I'm not sure what it'll take for these folks, you know, to wake up and see Biden and Harris campaigns are literally conjoined, one and the same. There is no new way forward. Literally continuing on what Biden has done doesn't make sense, especially these ladies on the set of ABC's The View, when they literally had Biden on their show last week saying that him, Kamala Harris, one and the same. You know, he's giving her all the power he's had during his time, his presidency, last 3.5 years. She sat by, done nothing, right alongside him when she had the power to do something also. He's also said they've been singing the same exact tune, same exact song from the same exact song book. So they're all on the same page. There is no new way forward. Guys, definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next week.